Welcome to today's deep dive. Usually buying a simple piece of metal is pretty foolproof. I mean, you need a camera mount, you look up the specs, and you buy it.
Right, it should be totally straightforward.
It really should. But today we are looking at a product page from HDTVSupply for the HuddleCamHD HCM-1-WH camera small mount. And this page is having a complete digital identity crisis.
Yeah, it really exposes a massive flaw in how modern e-commerce sites are, actually built behind the scenes.
Exactly. Okay, let's unpack this. What are we actually looking at with this mount?
Well, if you just glance at the raw data, it's an American-made heavy-gauge steel mount. It's designed to sit above or below a plasma or LCD monitor, and it costs $99.
Which includes the mounting hardware, right?
Yep, hardware's included, and it's universally compatible with center mount cameras, so very basic stuff.
Right, but if you look closer at the text, the reality literally splits into, the part number ends in WH, and the title explicitly says white.
Yeah, it does.
But then you look at the very first bullet point in the features list, and it says black powder coat finish.
It is a blatant contradiction right out of the gate.
And I can forgive a color typo, But it gets worse. One header proudly screams 10-year warranty, while a fine print just 2 paragraphs down locks you into a 3-year manufacturer warranty.
It's wild.
It's like buying a car advertised as a red convertible, only to read the specs and see you're actually getting a blue minivan. I mean, how does a system legally promise 2 completely different warranties on the same page? Isn't that a massive liability?
Well, what's fascinating here is that you'd think so, right? But what you are looking at isn't a single document written by a human. It's more like a digital Frankenstein's monster.
Wait, a digital Frankenstein's monster? What do you mean?
So modern e-commerce pages are often dynamically assembled the exact second you load them. The site's content management system, the CMS, is likely stitching things together on the fly.
Oh, so it's pulling from old and new stuff at the same time.
Exactly. It grabs the head of an obsolete product database, maybe from a previous version of the mount, and slaps it onto the body of a newer automated marketing template.
And the database doesn't actually know what color the mount is.
Right. It's just blindly populating fields from conflicting legacy tables. It forces you, the buyer, to be a really active, critical reader.
Okay, so the specs are just a database collision. But surely the human element saves us here. Because, if you look at the top, the page boasts a 4.7 out of 5 overall rating.
Yeah, backed by over 10,000 positive reviews.
10,000. So you'd naturally assume the crowd has verified this specific product.
Which is exactly the assumption that the site's architecture is counting on you to make.
But then you actually read the specific reviews displayed on this mounts page, and they make absolutely no sense. Like Mike P. from Canada is complaining about troubleshooting iPad matrix controls and disappearing LAN cameras.
Right, definitely not a piece of steel.
No. And Prasad R. from California gave it a bad rating because he waited 10 days for an item that isn't even manufactured anymore. None of these people are talking about a wall mount.
Because they aren't reviews for the mount at all. If we connect this to the bigger picture, what you are seeing is the site using an API to pull in general merchant reviews.
Which is just feedback about the entire HDTVSupply company?
Exactly. Feedback over years of operation, and they are automatically injecting it onto individual product pages.
But why would they do that? Just to trick you into thinking the mount is super popular?
Well, that's a nice side effect for them, but the primary mechanism is driven by search engine optimization.
Oh, so they are juicing the stats for Google.
Precisely. By artificially inflating a specific product page with a high volume of keyword-rich 5-star text, the algorithm forces this mount higher up in your search results. They are weaponizing overall seller ratings to juice the individual product's SEO.
Wow, that is just crazy. So what does this all mean? I guess at the end of the day, beneath all the automated templates and the API-driven reviews, there actually is a heavy-duty universal camera mount sitting in a warehouse somewhere.
Yeah, an actual physical object.
You just don't know its color, and you definitely don't know how long it's guaranteed for.
Exactly. The physical item is real, but the digital storefront presenting it is just a dynamically generated illusion.
It's a really strange way to think about shopping online.
It is. And it really leaves you with something to chew on. When e-commerce pages are just fragmented algorithms competing to show you what you want to see, how much of your daily online decision-making relies purely on blind trust in the polished layout of a website rather than the actual facts presented?